Welcome back everyone to Pinetopia. Today we are back here in the village, and by my count, all of the villagers that were here yesterday are still alive. Therefore, I didn't lose anyone during that little problem with the zombies yesterday, which is good because I'm already getting low on my village population here. Now, one of the things I need to do is to start to get my village population up, and I might need a few more beds for that, because right now I have 8 overall in the village, and I think I might need many more if I'm going to get them to start to repopulate a bit. So I may need a couple of more dorms or something like that in order to get that up. Maybe also add another row of beds here, add a little bit more there, but I don't want to have them all underfoot too much at the moment. Now, one of the things I'd like to do, though, is to probably get one of the farmers or one of the toolsmiths to change professions so that we can maybe get another time. And I really am not in great need of a mason at the moment, so I'm gonna take that. Oh, what happened here? Well, what happened there? Raw beef? Leather? Did a cow walk on top of the campfires? What happened to... Yeah, I wonder if the campfires killed some. Because I still wonder what's happened to some of the villagers because we did have those young villagers at one point that were around, and I thought that we had fewer than 3 at that time. So I mean, I didn't think that we had only 5. Yeah, that's right. We still have the armor smith that did completely disappear. No matter what, at least one villager died. I think that one wandered away, as I said before. But there is the matter of payment for the dormitorium, because, actually, I just want to demonstrate that, yes, everybody is here and accounted for. Good. And I was looking through here to see which item would be best for the payment, and I think that emeralds would be an ideal payment there. How many emeralds for a... I'll just take the lot there. So therefore, I'll take that as my... Actually, no, I don't want the emeralds. No, I don't want the emeralds. I want the potatoes. First one gets the potatoes, because I am going to need those eventually for trading with the farmer. So that would be good. And speaking of farmers, we do have a little bit of a problem in that these farms are pretty small. I see only 2 areas where there's farming. We have here, which is almost all pumpkins, and we have this area up here, which has a few other things, but also is actually pretty much dominated by pumpkins, so things are all clashing with each other. So I'm going to need to redesign these farm areas to something that's more suitable, and I could do that for a few emeralds in there so that there's a lot more in there, so that things are much more logically planted, because this is a mess. A complete and utter mess. So I have to fix that up. Get a couple more dormitories. Maybe I could be paid in the emeralds for that. So we could expand out here a little bit, perhaps. As we call, actually, this is probably our... Oh boy, we are getting late. Yeah. Or not quite yet. I really should pick up the meat that I started cooking yesterday. There you go. Now, the keys starting to wander all over the place. I guess he's just doing his morning festivities. I just want to make sure that this guy doesn't get hurt. I'm worried about berries that they may hurt somebody. So I'm still afraid that I might have lost a couple of villagers, and I don't know, did I lose one to the one that wandered off, for example? Did they run into berries? Did they run into something else? I don't know. What I need to do is to build my own personal house. And I need to build a house in such a way that a villager doesn't go around claiming it. So I could leverage defenses for that. And I'll probably just build something right out here and define this as the edge of the village. And that's where I could do my residence, and I could put all my work areas and stuff like that. So I'll clear out the area, get that started, and maybe even find a more efficient way of doing this. Here is the outline for the house I'm building. A very simple design here. I'll just have all my workstations and my bed over inside here, probably a couple of chests. I'm going to have a gate here. As you can see, the idea is to keep villagers from getting in, so I'll just have a gate here so I can get in and out, but the villagers won't be able to. I'll also have a backyard, most likely a back door here, and that way I could have a private farm here. I don't want the farmers going and tending it. I'll just want to put in some potatoes in here and make this a potato farm, and I'll use the potatoes to trade with the farmers. I think the potatoes would be the best trade for me. I'll just go and double check on that, whether it'd be better for me to use wheat or potatoes in there. Let's see, this one is this one has beets and wheat. So that's 20 wheat, 15 beets. And the other farmer is, where's the other farmer? Uh hmm. Right, because that's one farmer. Where is the other farmer? Maybe a better check when it's getting to meeting time, because I don't like it when some people are found to be missing. This is not a good sign. It looks like the other farmer disappeared. Why? What happened? I'm gonna have to hold on. I thought I saw a villager here during an earlier clip. The reason why I was coming here for no reason is I thought I saw a villager walking in this area. I'm wondering if some of the villagers are occasionally walking over the edge and getting killed. Either that or going into the fire. I'm taking away... Oh. It just drops a charcoal. Oh. Yeah. I know, I'm beginning to think that these might be hazards. So I'm taking those away because I've lost, I don't know how many villagers so far, but now I've lost another one, and I don't know what's going on, and I need to figure that out. This does scuttle my plans for doing a potato farm, because the main reason for doing a potato farm was that because I had a potato farmer, and so I could do some trades with him. But now the only one I have is looking for wheat, so I'll change that into a wheat farm instead. I need a nice large backyard so I can have plenty of room for dirt and all that stuff. And that way I'll have plenty of farmland and plenty of wheat to trade. Maybe make some bread to help encourage people to breed and all that fun stuff. While I don't have any roofs or doors yet, I do have an enclosed area that will keep out the villagers. So if I could bring over all my stuff into here, the first thing I want is, of course, a bed is always a nice first thing to have here. That way I could set this up as my permanent sleeping spot. That's always good. And a generic crafting table is also always good to have. Then all the other things then could go all over the place. Let's see, what do we want here? Stonecutter. Yeah, just any place where I would want one of those things. I'll throw it here for now, but when I actually build the farm, obviously I'll need to move that. What is going on now? That time I only saw 3 of them. Oh, he just didn't come to the gather, it looks like. Oh boy. Oh, excuse me. Scared me for a moment. I thought I was down to 4. Whew. Actually, I am down to 4. I was thinking for a moment that I was down to 3. Sort of feels like getting scared now. I feel like every time I check gathering time at the bell that somebody else is going to be missing. And there hasn't been any attacks as far as I know in this village in any way whatsoever, so I don't know why it appears that I'm getting a smaller and smaller population as I go along, but something I'll need to figure out soon. Alas, too late, I realized that I used full glass blocks here rather than panes, and unfortunately, there's no way of fixing that without being a bit wasteful. But on this one right here, I will use panes, so that I'll be nice and proper for that. And yes, the villagers here do use panes. Now that I take a nice little look here. So that's another lesson learned as I'm going through all of this. Yeah, that would look a lot better if I use paints. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to wait until I get Silk Touch before I do that. Assuming I ever do get Silk Touch, of course. Now, about the mystery of the missing villagers, I'm beginning to wonder if it has something to do with this house. Because one of the ones I saw disappeared there. And another villager that disappeared is the one who has this workstation. And I was wondering if it had something to do with these waters. But if you look at this, these locations have the bottom ground is, I think, under those particular locations. And that we have this slip going on there, and I'm wondering if that confuses the villagers and they think that this is a good spot to move to. So they go into there and they drown. Because you also remember that we had the iron golem who also went down into this area. Whoopsie daisy. And we saw those drowned who came up here to... But you look at this. He doesn't bother coming after me. And nah, he didn't bother coming after me at all as soon as they got up here. So it looks like they don't see this as a place you can get to. Because that, or maybe the drowned won't come up during the daytime. That's another likely possibility because of course it's daylight. They don't want to come up here and start burning and all. Alright, well that hypothesis gets shot down. But I still think that the villagers may be getting confused. They think that this is a land area rather than water area or something like that. Don't ask me why. They go into the water trying to get down there, and then they go glub 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 and drown. And well, if that's the case, then I'll have to figure out what's going on there. Let's see. One, two, three. Where's the other toolsmith? Oh, oh boy. No, right? Oh, please. Please don't tell me there's another one gone. What do they love to do? Get themselves killed or something? It's their favorite activity. I found the other toolsmith, and he's wetting his feet in the farm. Well, see if that helps him any. Well, really? Well, maybe some of the others are the ones that are missing or somewhere soaking their feet or something like that. But I think I actually have my little cottage done. Oh, well, I need a front though. Fortunately, the front is straightforward enough. Not if I do something like that. The front is straightforward enough. Thank you. Inside, and there you go. Now I think I am complete. Good. How does this go? Let me see how they do it, and see how I do it on there after I do that. Ah, it just, once we get down to that level one above the door, we just go straight after that. Alright. I really get nervous with all these guys around here. I'm just thinking that they're just praying to find a way to get themselves killed. Oh, actually, still keep them outside of my little house. And there you go. Now we are complete. Well, I still need to put some lighting on the roof. And I was thinking about what to do with the lighting on the roof, because right now what I put on there were just simply some torches, which is obviously not ideal. So probably the best bet there then will be to put some walls. Oh, I already had some walls. Take some walls. Learn how to fit through the door. And just put how about a wall? How about a wall here? Why don't we try it like this? Like this all the way around. And that way, I'll hopefully be reasonably well lit all throughout the night. And that, of course, is the idea, is so that I don't have any nasty things spawning on top of here. Because it's really bad if you make all sorts of precautions and then your yard becomes filled with mobs because you forgot to light the roof. And that is something that is very likely to happen. There you go. Now I have my little house. That means that the next project is going to have to be to deal with this. If my hypothesis about what is happening to the villagers is true, then I need to fence in this area so that villagers won't come wandering around near the water. That means that fencing in the entire water area from, well, this isn't too bad, but I will say starting from around, yeah, probably starting from here, going all the way around here. I'll have to include this inside of it. Go across here. Have the fence stop here momentarily. Resume the fence here. And then head off this way and eventually connect up with the fence in my backyard. And I think that would make a nice border for the village. But that of course means that I'll need to collect some more spruce. And I would like to do that away from these people because I don't want them wandering around while I'm doing all of this. And besides, I've been depleting the local... As I say, I've been depleting the local resources. It looks like they all grew back again. Typical. But anyway, we still have the valid point that we've got all these people that seem to be on a death wish, and in order to keep them alive, I think I want to collect wood at a bit of a distance away from them so that they're not tempted to head out and dive away. So that's what I'm going to be doing next time. I just want to make sure there is nothing interesting down here that may be trying to attract them, though I don't see anything of any such thing, and I certainly don't want to drown myself trying to find out. But that concludes today's episode. Next time we are going to hopefully actually, before I sign off, I was wondering if I was ever going to see one of these guys. Hello. Well, let's see, a sea pickle, coral, wheat, dandelion, red sand, podzol. Not exactly what I call... Well, red sand may be interesting, but I really don't feel like getting any of that. Dandelions I should easily be able to get. So sea pickles may be interesting from the point of view of getting light. Yeah, I'll have to... Actually, I'm going to get a couple of sea pickles since this... I might not be able to find them anywhere else. Where are my emeralds? Oh, fine. I'll extract you from your predicament, okay? Okay. Thank you. Please, don't do that! I need to... Villagers. What would really be nice is if he sold his leads, because I could use a lead or two. But I'm not in the mood to go around killing wandering merchants just to get a lead. Let me see. Let's just grab sea pickle. And I'll see, I think there's a way to multiply sea pickles, and that may a nice alternate form of lighting if I remember that in any way, but I'll put that there for now. Now, with that done, it is time for us to sign off, and when we return next time, I am going to build a fence around there as a temporary wall to keep those villagers from killing themselves in the next episode of the Complete Pineleaf.